We're back live. Sorry,
Hey,
ladies and
welcome
gentlemen.
back, New World Artist.
Hey.
Hey,
So how much of
I
that
think
did you actually get?
I heard academic.
Academic. Cool. So my point was that I come at it from a fairly academic point of view, where the definition of the things is basically what makes them what they are. So that's what matters most, and that the logic argument is slightly less important than the semantic definition. Because that's how these things are categorized. That's how the literature is categorized. That's how movies are categorized. That's how games are categorized. And the story that itself fits into the category, and therefore it's from that category. Whereas your argument seems to be, if the logic of it fits, then that's good enough. And it can be part of any category as long as it has enough of a logic to fit into that category.
As long as the category makes sense, sure, yeah.
So, like, if
Um,
one character that's on the screen for, you know, 5 minutes
okay,
is
here we go.
magic, then it's fantasy. Because
No,
magic exists in the story.
not on its own. So fantasy is a collection. It is the way that the story itself is. So, for example, if you have a show that
Yeah.
has a lot of magic in it, but it is a noir show, it's like, let's say, like it's got a Boston like feel, black and white, and they're solving crimes and that sort of thing. It's a crime show
Yep.
w- with supernatural elements, not fantasy, because the story does not match the fantasy aspect. The magic being there is definitely a thing, but is not. It does not make it fantasy. Now, other stories in that world could be fantasy, but that particular show wouldn't count as fantasy because nothing in that story fits. Whereas in Star Wars, the entire story, the adventure, and even the way they use their mystical force and their mystical abilities, regardless of whether it has some basis in science. Actually, to be honest with you, I would say that it is still scientific because, like, that's another semantics thing we fight over. Um, I say that it's like all magic is still its own like science. There is still logic behind the magic, and so therefore there is a scientific study of all magic. Um,
Yeah, I think at that point, if you're saying, well, it has its own logical consistency, then anything can be science. Because, like,
yeah, anything can
regardless
have
of,
science in it. Yeah,
yeah,
but I wouldn't
but
say
that
that that
doesn't
makes
work.
it. I wouldn't say that that makes a show science fiction. Just that the world has each fantasy world or fictional world has a science to it. So
See,
there
I
is
would not call that science. I would call that a logical consistency. If
okay.
if the
Well,
if the magic has a system, and the system works via a set of rules that the story has to keep, then that's consistency. It's a logic system within the universe. That isn't a science. It's not using scientific principles. It's not using principles of our world. It's using logic,
okay. Well, I can
which
agree to that.
is sort of two separate things.
I can submit to that argument because that is completely logical, and there's nothing I would have to say against it. That actually sounds very consistent.
Yep.
So what we would call it logical consistency? Would you say?
Yeah, like a consistency of or a set of rules within that universe.
What if they have people that are studying that set of rules and they call themselves scientists?
Then it gets into the murky thing of like science fantasy, and that's where arguments like this become difficult, because there are stories and movies that specifically try to blur the lines, and those are pastiches. They're stories which specifically try to cross genre, where they try to go from one genre to another, or they try and take aspects from both genres, and that's depending on where it starts from. And this is coming from like an academic standpoint. Depending on where it starts from is generally how you categorize it. So if the
Generally,
universe
how?
itself is a fantasy based universe, and it uses fantasy based logic and rules, and then there's science within that, then it's fantasy with like techno fantasy, or it's fantasy
Yeah.
with technology. If it's based
No,
in
that's fair.
science first, if it's based in a universe that is generally speaking science-based, generally speaking, and then has fantasy elements on top of that, as in introduces fantasy elements as well, then it's science fantasy, and that means it's within the science fiction genre. So it's not itself fantasy, it's just taking taking fantasy ideas. Like, you could tell, for example, a very fantasy-esque story, like The Hero's Journey, which is exactly what Star Wars does. It's the hero's journey, that's basically the whole storyline. But it's based in a science world. There is technology, there is science. They talk about the science of these mechanoid droids, of the starships, the cosmos, how the planets form and work.
Yeah.
The majority of it is science.
For the movies, I guess you like up until the newer ones, because the newer ones definitely are magic. Like they're bad movies, but they use magic, and there's no doubt about that. Like
I don't remember enough about them to say whether or not that's the case.
They've got both magic and science in it, but there's definitely like mystical elements to it. But that aside, Star Wars expanded, Clone Wars, Mando, Boba, the new stuff, and then all of the extended content, they do have witches and wizards and creatures that can manipulate the Force to do all kinds of magical things, and they call it magic in the world. They call it
the problem I have with that, in this specific discussion, and specifically around Star Wars, is one, we started with just the movies. So we said from the movies, because that was the basis we were taking all of the other franchises that we were talking about. So it was just the movies. It wasn't the extra shows that come on afterwards. It wasn't any of the extra things that have been added since. It was just the movies that we had seen and other people had seen. But then, even if you take the other things as well, like the books, the TV shows, the extra movies that were made, things like that, all of those have been at various different times considered canon and not canon. I don't think there's been very, very few of them that have been consistently canon the whole way through. And so that means how things work has been changed over and over again. A lot of it contradicts itself. Sure. The original idea for kyber crystals, for example, and how kyber crystals worked and how the Sith dealt with their kyber crystals was very different to begin with than how it was in the middle than how it is now. And because it has changed over time, some of that was science, some of it was magic, and some of it was a little bit of both. And that's the issue we have, is that there has been so much extra added on to this franchise and added on to the various different things around it. You're talking about like the witches who use the Force to literally cast spells. They don't exist in the majority of that franchise. They exist in a tiny fraction of it, and they started in a book that wasn't canon. Then it was canon. So
they're actually in a large fraction of it now, but
they are in a large franchise now. But they started in a book, and then they were in Clone Wars, a section of Clone Wars, not the whole of Clone Wars, a section of it.
We can come back to the Star Wars debate on Star Wars Debate Day.
Sure.
We'll have to have the Star Wars debate stream.
We shall. We will do it.
Because I'm here now, and now we have to have a battle.
Well, we need to find a tree. There's a shrub here, but I don't think that counts.
Bring me a shrubberfice. Also, sorry, Firelight Chaos. Hello, we were quite embroiled in our little discussion. We get into these debates quite often.
We do.
And I struggle to hold my own because New World Artist is very, very clever. I do my best.
I also argue over people, which is a bad habit of mine, and I should stop doing it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. You get your point across. I argue over you too sometimes.
Yeah. It works for us because we just argue over each other. But for other people, it's bad.
Yeah. And then let's have a look. See, Calamity says he swam with that Athena. Let's
did he get it?
He said he swam with it for 15 minutes straight. Looks like he got it. And then they're talking now about about their adventures. Firelight Chaos has done rowing across the wilds.
I want to
And
do the rowing
but
stream.
not
I want to
just-
row from one side of the
we want
thing
to
to
do
the other.
to the other. That would be so much fun. We still need to get. We've got a few days left to try and get your renown up, as well. So we
I
might
don't
want to
think
try
we're getting
and,
it to 100. I don't think that's going to happen.
I want to try.
I'm at like
I want
50.
to try.
It's so far.
Uh,
I'll just
I'll see. I'll see.
the problem is I don't play it enough and consistently enough, and then
There's too many things to do.
there is
art
so
and other
much.
games
Yeah, there's
as
so
well.
many other games to
Yeah.
play. There's so many other things to
Yeah.
do. I just don't have
Yeah,
the time to
absolutely.
put into it, and because it's season based, I just
I
can't
think
get to the
we'll
100.
do better. I think we'll do better next season. We
We say
had
that all
like
the
you had
time.
3 months. We had you got to 100 last season,
No, I didn't.
didn't you?
No, I got to 80. I think 80 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, got close, but like not super close.
All right, here I'm doing my attack. Oof. Yeah, that's right. Flying probably not the best. Poison doesn't affect Tempest. I should have known that.
You should have known that.
I need to turn the frequency on my bot down a little bit. I'm not used to having all these people talking in my chat, so my bot says things a lot.
Yeah, that was my problem with it. It was like based on how many chat lines go through. If you get a lot of people in the chat, it just constantly comes up.
All right, artists. Next season, we will get you to 100 renown. We
All
will
right,
play
sounds good.
one time a fortnight at least, minimum, and we'll get you to 100
I can commit to that. One time a fortnight, I can commit to.
minimum.
I
We
couldn't-
might play every now and again in between.
Yeah, I
if we
couldn't
get some
do. I
time
couldn't
as well.
do every week. I don't think. Just
No.
because like between work, between playing other games, and then streaming things that we're already doing. If we were streaming Sea of Thieves, that might work. But because we're not consistently
want
doing
to
that,
try and. I want to stream more Sea of Thieves, but we've got other stuff to stream too. We want to keep the variety in the variety streamers.
yeah, yep.
Yeah. I love Sea of Thieves. It's probably my favorite game at the moment, but I don't want it to be the only thing that we do. I want to emphasize that we're about all kinds of stuff here.
Yeah.
We're chasing a sloop with a rowboat with 2 random people with you. That's exciting. All right, let's see. What have I got here? Let's come out with them. I'm currently doing my usually Firelight Chaos. We're supposed to do a battle at the start and the end of each stream, but I had to fight my way over. So for most of it, it's just been me fighting across the ocean, as Artist and I have a little discussion about fantasy and sci-fi. Discussion of which he's actually come to a bit of a victory in today, because he has made a point that I cannot disagree with.
You have also made some fairly good points throughout, and
I appreciate that.
yeah, and it's been hard to hold the line, I think, because there are definitely some things that I agree with entirely based on.
Ooh, wow, you got me in one go.
Yeah,
Damn,
you're about to
that
get
was
me
one of my
though.
stronger. That was one of my stronger Pokemon.
But because my argument the whole way through this has basically been one about the definition of the category, it's difficult for me to change an argument about that, because it's not mine to change, is essentially the point that I'm making.
That's fair, yeah.
So you would have to sort of show something within the original series of the movies, which is undoubtedly just fantasy with no science basis to it, and that is an overwhelming part of the story, that that you couldn't separate it at all from like the rest of the universe or the rest of the story.
Yeah, absolutely. And I get the
doable, but
I get the idea that you can't use the term on its own without adding the extra, because it ruins the whole point of categories.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, the witches is a really good point, and the idea of the Force as a magical thing and sort of almost deific, is a great point. I totally agree with those concepts. My problem with it is like how much of that has been canon for how long, how much of that has been contradicted by its own stories, and then the fact that most of that is not in the main series. Like, even from the first set of movies, but as you sort of extend out into the prequels and then the sequel trio, there is a lot of that just isn't in there. It's all in the extra stories, in the other things.
Oof. I am wrecking my own combustion here in this fight just to try and take some ground on you. I did not set up my party to specifically beat you this time either. I just kind of went with my best, my favorites.
Yep.
We'll see how we go. And absolutely a chaos. We will be happy to do some flame hearts with you. Also, how is your Sea of Thieves adventures going this evening? I believe you said you were playing with your friend. Let's see. Poison isn't very good against you, really.
No, because I'm either grass or mostly grass poison. A lot of my pokes, that it just doesn't really do much. That was clever.
Started yet, got dinner in 30 minutes. Thank you, I appreciate that, Ars. Oof. But you know what I could have done is like use dig to keep my poke.
Because now I hurt myself for no reason.
And I might have been able to hit you a little harder.
I don't think you would have gone first.
You don't think I would have gotten it off? I don't think I would have been fast enough.
Probably not.
Like this
Let's hope
song.
the Pikachu doesn't go first.
He says.
Damn Pikachu.
Goddamn Pikachu. Oof. No,
hey!
Pikachu doesn't go first. You got my Pikachu.
I think I'm winning this one.
I think you're winning this one. That's gonna take out my Combuskin.
And you got one left.
I got one left.
The literal moon.
Got three. The literal moon. That's what we're coming at you with today. The literal moon. I was considering coming at you with a different one, but I was like, nah, we'll keep it consistent.
That's fair. Oh. Bastard.
I'm gonna die for it, but it was funny.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. If only you could have done that earlier. Might have.
Could have brought out the moon earlier. Yeah, I don't know how much. Yeah,
well, probably wouldn't have
All
helped
right.
a lot, but might have stopped me from doing
All
some
right,
things.
I owe you a poke.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? How about this time you force me to have a Pokemon in my next playthrough as your victory?
Oh,
so you can make me run with
okay.
You can choose a Pokemon that I have to use for the entire run through.
Alright.
Next session.
I'm gonna have a look through my party then, my box, and see.
It doesn't have to be one that you give me now. If you don't have one, you can save it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna save one. I'm gonna have a look what we got, and then I'm gonna save it for you.
Surprise me. Yeah. For everybody who's new to this, usually at the end of our battle, we give each other a Pokemon. Like, I give him one if he wins, and vice versa. Sometimes we are extra nice and throw each other a potion. But this time we're going to go with a bit of a challenge tier thing. So next run through, he's going to give me a Pokemon to play with. I didn't give him a terrible one. One that he doesn't like, and that is a little bit weak.
You specifically chose one I don't like.
Yeah, but not because you don't like it. That was a bonus. Okay, now we've got one more thing to do before we finish off this. I'm going to regret. Yes, I am Chaos. I am absolutely going to regret that.
Oh. Do I go with the the asshole move, or do I go with a decent one, or do I go with like an awesome one?
Could be any of the above. Also, Calamity, I haven't got a Pokemon named after you in this run through. If you want one, I don't have. I have a Geodude. I don't know what you like, but I've got a few Pokemon here that haven't got names yet, and like Chaos, same goes to you. If you would like to name yourself after a Pokemon, it is a long and lengthy legal process.
Yep. Oh, so many options.
What Pokemon don't have names? I've got my Geodude, but I don't use him much. I don't know if I'm going to. He's in my bench. This is my bench box, the ones that I use in and off, on and off. Got my Marowak. He hasn't got a name yet. Kind of looks a bit like you. No, I've got this one. This is Parlez-vous Français, but he's already got a name, so we'll just take him there. We've got a Lapras. No, that's named Gift. It's already got a name. We've got a Tentacruel. This looks like you when you get grumpy in Sea of Thieves. That's named after my kitty cat. I've got a Steelix. There we go. Let's pull out some of my main party. I haven't named my Combuskin yet. The Novas, that's already been named. I haven't named my Nidoking, who has somehow managed to make it into my party, even though I didn't like them. I think Chris gave it to me, and I just decided to keep using it.
Yeah, I evolved it and then gave it to you, and it's got Dig, and it's a ground type, which is good against my electric, so I think that's why you kept it around.
Go with Marowak. He's quite a high level, and I'll be using him. I use him to catch Pokemon actually, because he's got what is it called?
False Swipe.
False Swipe.
Yeah, so that is a good move. I like that.
So we will name you after Marowak, and then if I get an Urasing, yeah, absolutely, bare hands. If I get an Urasang, I don't think I have one of those yet, actually.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. But we'll put that on the list of things to catch. We'll name.
Yep.
We'll make another box for all my named Pokemon. That's actually what I should do. Is all my named Pokemon go in a box unless they're on my bench.
So I think I'm gonna have to think about which one you're gonna have. I'm gonna consider it.
My Pikachu box is a little empty. This box 2 is supposed to hold the Pikachu army I was collecting. My goal before the end of this playthrough was to fill it with Pikachus. So at some point, we're going to have a stream where Artist and I, instead of like doing the gyms, we just dick around, and I'm going to try and catch a bunch of Pikachu, and he does something else during that stream.
Sounds like a plan. Alright, so if I wanted to be an asshole, I could give you a Wurmple, because it's a pretty weak bug Pokemon. I could give you a Ditto, because that would just be hilarious to watch you try and fight with it, because it can be quite difficult to battle with one.
I do have a Ditto, so I could put that in my my bench box.
And then if I wanted to give you something that was like decent,
I need a small Ditto though, so I need to start with it.
Yeah, I'd get you a small one. If I wanted to give you something decent, I could give you a Pidgey, which is pretty boring. I could give you a Sableye, which is decent, but it doesn't ever evolve. It doesn't get better. You just have to like learn to use it properly. What was the other one I was looking at?
Marowak.
I could give you.
Well, that's alright, like Chaos, if your favorite isn't in this version. You can have multiple Pokemon named after you. That does happen.
What's their favorite Pokemon?
Yeah, no, like Chaos, what was your favorite Pokemon? I think you might have told me before, but do tell us.
Because this has up to black versions, so Gen
Yeah,
4,
so we
5?
might be able to get one.
I could give you a Venipede. That'd be cool.
Venopede.
Poison Bug. Becomes a fairly
no.
strong Poison Bug Pokemon. Fairly. Not amazing, but fairly.
Twins over here. Shinx! I do have a Shinx.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Shinx.
I have a Shinx in my... I actually believe I have a Shinx in my bench, unless I gave it to Artist.
You may have given it to me. I may have won it from you.
Because I have to give him... Oh no, here it is. Shinx. We can do that.
And then if I wanted to be really nice to you, I could either give you a Machop, because that becomes quite a good fighting type in Machamp, or I could give you Eevee, and you could
like
pick
Chaos.
which you want. Because you could pick your typing then.
Yeah.
Which would be
there
cool.
You go. Like Chaos the Shinx.
Hey.
It's only level 14 at the moment, but we'll put it in here.
It's alright, you can train it up. Shinx is pretty good.
Might train it up.
A lot of those like dog style Pokemon are pretty good because they can learn a whole bunch of different like bite
Tricks?
fang moves. So they get like Ice Fang, Fire Fang, Thunder Fang. So they can do a lot of like typing stretch. All right, we've been going for like an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours. Do we want to push on, or are we calling it here?
Well, how long will it take us to beat the little? We're not going to get to the gym tonight. We're
definitely not getting to the gym. We'd have to walk our way to the.
What was our goal today?
We were going to try and get to the institute, the Weather Institute.
Yeah, we're going to go beat up the weather.
Yeah. Which is a little ways. That might take a bit of time.
Maybe we could fight our way to it and call it there.
Alright, yeah, we could do that.
Let's go. Which direction?
So we're going right. Up and right. I think we have to fight May up here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Just breeze past her, apparently.
That's the first time I've been able to pass by May without her talking to me.
I think we... Let's bring the map up. Yeah, we need to go up the bike path. So, through here.
Okay, so through here. We haven't even gotten to our country music yet.
Yeah. We haven't had to ride a train yet.
Come on, let's ride this train.
That goddamn song.
Come on, let's ride this train. And then we just keep going up, right? Yep.
And then we go to the right-hand side. Now that we can surf, we can actually surf across it.
Ah, yes. Oh no, hang on 1 second. I took my surfing monster Pokemon out. Well, because it's water, so
yeah.
I was like, yeah, water Pokemon, they're the worst.
Would have been a bad time.
My Earth Pokemon struggle as it is, so. Come on.
So the next badge we're going for is the wing badge. Looks like that. But it'll be a little bit before we get there, unfortunately.
Oh, I thought I was going to make it out without having to fight a Pokemon for a second there. Oh, how silly I was! I like how you've got I like how you're using your Pick-a-Bird though, like against the water ones, because Pick-a-Bird wrecks them in like one hit, which is really good.
I've decided to start training it up, if only because in the Elite Four I am actually gonna need it. As disappointing as that is.
I beat you in another Pokemon game, I'm choosing one of the Pokemon that you have to use again.
Yeah, well.
Now he's not going to let me win.
That's it.
You like to type match. I also like to type match. Watch. M-A-T-H.
Boom boom. Yeah, we often play with, well, I do anyway, with like a typing challenge for myself. If I'm playing through a game for the first time, I tend to just pick a Pokemon that I like, but
Okay.
after the first run through, I usually try and stick to a typing.
Stone Edge for the crit, or Rock Slide for all, like for the area of effect, and the fact that it makes them all flinch. Less likely to hit, does a little bit less damage, but hits all of them. Oh, I think Stone Edge might be better. You can't ban me, Calamity. You can't ban me.
Of course we can.
But it would be funny if you did. So, Stone Edge, Rock Slide. What are we thinking, people? Wait, I've got Rock Polish. Is that one terrible? Oh, Rock Polish is terrible. I'm not going to use that. Yeah, let's replace that with Stone Edge. Now I've got both. Both is good.
Both is good.
It's good. Oh. I gotta fight this Poke Trainer. Everybody that looks at you wants to fight you in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Drink cactus juice!
It's the quenchiest.
Nice little hydrate there. Thanks, Calamity. I
Thank you, thank
appreciate you using the lucky point charm. Watching to see how far ahead of me artist jumps. It's very quick and shoots forward. Oh, I'm not sure how to do instant death in Pokemon. I guess I just have to let a Pokemon die?
Yeah, I guess you do.
I'm not sure if I have any abilities. I guess... Hang on. Yeah, okay. I've got to figure out how to do all these, like, different redemptions in different situations. Like, what if we're having a debate stream and someone redeems instant death?
Then you have to just not play anymore. You have to intentionally lose.
No, no, artist. It's a good try, but no, no. I don't think even death.
If
would,
if we're having an argument
self-roast.
on
Self-roast. No, that's a good one. That's a good idea. Like Chaos says, self-roast. So maybe if we're having a debate and then someone redeems that, I have to like kill my own argument, kind of speak, and just be like, get on your side of the argument.
I mean, yeah, steelmanning the other person's position wouldn't actually be a bad.
Yeah.
Wouldn't actually be a bad one. I think the possible issue with that is that if you do it well enough, you might actually lose.
Oh no. I let my Pikachu win the fight. Pikachu's supposed to die. I forgot. I just clicked it. It's alright. Next Pokemon Pikachu fights, I promise. Instant death. Where is it? Oh. Hello, Steven! It's me, Steven. Yes, I know Steven. We met in the cave near Dewford, I'm aware. Have you met many kinds of Pokemon since I last saw you? Yes, Stephen. Yes, I have.
May's just standing here creepily.
There are many kinds of Pokemon in this world of ours.
What the
You
fuck?
wanted to raise only your favorites? That's fine. Perhaps you find it more fun to raise all sorts of Pokemon. It's a trainer of Pokemon. What do you think? Of course. It's not any of my business. It would be... Yes, it's not. Why are you talking to me?
Get out of my face.
Get out of here, Steven. He just disappeared into the bushes. I think a Pokemon ate him.
Wouldn't be
I
surprised.
have to run around in here until I get beat. I haven't got this Pokemon yet, and I have to let my Pokemon... Well, actually, hang on a second. The redemption doesn't say I have to die, and I did just beat up another Pokemon.
Correct. It just means something has to die. We did come across this on the Sea of Thieves argument, that it doesn't necessarily have to be any one particular thing, as long as you can make someone die.
Something dies. Yeah, we have
But
to
you can't
search
go
that definition.
looking for something to die. It has to be the next. It has to be there at the time.
It has to be the first thing you can think of at the moment.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. And I did just kill a Pokemon with my Pikachu,
You
so I
did?
guess I'm alright now, so...
We're gonna have to work out the definitions of each of your redemptions,
So that you can hold me to them?
so that we can hold you to them. So that not just vague things that you can hand wave. Not that I think that you would. That's not me saying that you definitely would.
I definitely would. I definitely would. I'm big. I love loopholes.
I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but sure.
Oh man, I was trying to catch that and I accidentally knocked that. Well, there's another death for you, Calamity. He says if I do instant death to him in Sea of Thieves, he's kegging me and the ship. He says I've kegged my own ship to get rid of players fighting me on my own ship, so he knows I'll do it.
Yeah, fair. I'm on board.
Oh yeah, absolutely, you'll be on board. We're gonna kill Calamity when instant death gets redeemed.
Well, we can't. Well, I guess we could use blunders. Blunder
Yeah.
bombs.
No, yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we've been doing it.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves in the stream. Okay, Calamity says someone must die now. Me, my teammate, the description and my redemption. Okay, well that kind of suggests that it has to be...
Me or someone on my team. There you go. You fucked yourself.
Okay, alright. Thanks, Calamity. Alright, Pikachu, time to get knocked out.
Crip.
I'm sorry. Get shit on. Alright, fair point.
Get shit on.
Hey.
Calamity. Come on. It's a little harsh.
Pikachu is now unconscious, as close to dead as you can get in Pokemon.
Well, technically.
As close to dead as you can get in Pokemon.
Technically.
As close to dead as you can get
Technically.
in Pokemon.
You could release him.
I am not a Nuz. I'm not Nuzlocking.
You could
and I'm not
Nuzlock
hardcoring.
him.
I am not releasing my Pikachu, sir.
Here's a dangerous proposition.
Hmm?
I could do a Nuzlocke for one of these runs. Instead of having the typing thing, I could do a Nuzlocke.
So what happens if
or
you
a version
lose?
of?
Because like, what happens if you lose the Nuzlocke?
So how I would run it is rather than it being just the first Pokemon for each area, I would make it so they just can't hit 0. So it's not a true Nuzlocke, but it would be like a permanent Pokédeath thing. So if any of my Pokemon fainted, they would have to be then released.
Yeah, that sounds like fun, actually. Like, if your Pokemon go down, they die.
Yeah.
And that means that, like, if you lose your entire party, you have to, like, set up an entire new one. Although, because you don't necessarily want to be doing that for every run-through, maybe you could make a box for all of the Pokemon that you air quotes release, and you just can't touch them anymore, just so that they're just always sitting there. And you could sell them or something on the marketplace, or use them later if, like, you have another playthrough where you want to use them.
Yeah, that's an option.
It's not as harsh. If you want to get extra harsh, you could just release them. But like, there's your option for.
There's my easy out.
Easier. You still have to like somehow get through the entire
To
game.
play through the whole game without losing a Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah, as it's still just as hard as far as that playthrough is concerned.
Yeah.
Love you too, Calamity. And that's why I'm gonna beat you when we 1v1. I beat him. I beat him last night. He jumped on to sell some loot for with us because we had a bit of Athena's loot, and I just beat him up real hard. He had no chance. He got completely shit on.
Did you actually?
I did.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. And you seem kind of surprised as well.
I am surprised.
Why?
I don't think you are a bad player. I think you are very good at Sea of Thieves. But I always think of Calamity as being significantly better. And I'm not sure why that is. I think it's just because...
Hey now! My Reaper's reputation is way higher than his is.
Fair, fair.
Bullshit, I had no mouse. Yes, absolutely. That is also true. He didn't have a mouse, so I was cheating. But that's okay.
He didn't have a mouse?
Won. Yeah.
Well, that doesn't count then.
I still beat him.
No, that's some bullshit. Cog. So I'm at the Weather Institute, by the way.
Is it through the grass?
Yep.
Or is this a maze?
No, you have to get off your bike and then you can walk through it.
That kind of makes sense, and I hate it.
I know, right?
Calamity, I use touchpad and no-scoped the shit out of you. Yeah, but you only have so many bullets, Calamity, and you always have to do a reload.
Ugh, that's awful.
Yeah, he did. He is actually fairly good in PvP. I'm not actually sure which one of us is better, but it's not like a... It's not like a...
It's not a significant... Better. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's not like he's vastly better than me. We're kind of on the same level.
Okay.
But we don't know for sure yet. We might never know for sure because we're never going to have an even playing ground where we've got the equal ping. Not until he visits Australia with his rig.
I was about to say something very silly then.
No, go ahead.
And be like, well, how much does the ping actually affect it? But I know that it does actually affect things quite significantly, so I will then recant the thing I was going to say.
Like Chaos, you mean moves over? I don't know if he'd move to Australia. Got a lot over there in Britain.
Got a lot going on for himself.
Like Brexit. Oh, sorry, Calamity, low blow.
Yeah, that was harsh, man.
Alright, is it just past this grass? Oh yeah, there's me.
She's just standing there. I don't understand.
She's just standing. Oh, there's another... Oh, look at you! For someone on an adventure, you're travelling awfully light. Is this a thief?
Wink honk.
Ranger Catherine.
They were suggesting that you aren't wearing many clothes and that they can see a lot. Wink honk.
Canonically, my character's a child, but he does have a beard, so...
A child with a beard. It's a freak of nature.
It happens all the time, actually.
Children with beards or freaks of nature?
Both.
Fair.
Although freaks of nature are by definition supposed to be weird, there are so many different kinds of freaks of nature that freaks of nature are quite common.
Do they have to be weird? Well...
With that freak, yeah.
Yeah, a little.
We're not going to argue on the definition of freak. We've had enough arguing for today.
I guess my query would be, do you mean weird as in, like, socially weird? Or weird as in, like, they're just not normal?
Different.
Yeah,
not
different.
Normal.
Okay,
weird,
well then, yeah,
normal.
definitely that's the definition.
Socially weird sometimes, but like not always.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
And freaks of nature aren't always people. Sometimes they're plants.
This is true.
Like, eggs that have the multiple yolks inside them. Double googie eggs.
Yeah, I guess that's a freak of nature.
It's a bit rare, yeah. So
it's rarer, yeah. Nature. There are definitely... They breed chickens specifically to have that.
Calamity says the ping will be in my favor too, so, like, as in mine, not his. So he's got to sweat out of his mind.
I mean, it could be the other way around, though.
Yeah, I mean, we can do it on your servers as well.
Maybe that's what it is. You do like 2 rounds on Australian servers and then 2 rounds on British servers.
British servers and see how we go.
I'm not sure exactly how you would organize that. You potentially have... So, maybe we have you on a sloop and me on a sloop, and then we get Calamity to join me, and then he just takes over the sloop and I don't interact at all. And then that's you two on the Australian server. And then you'd have to find a British friend of Calamity's so that you could join on someone there.
Or yeah, someone with, like, American ping or something.
Oh, yeah, something that was shit for both of you. That's an option. Maybe that's the third. So you have one on Australian servers, one on British servers, and then one on a server that you both shit on. I think
American servers aren't that bad for Calamity. But I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Calamity.
But would it be just as good for you, or would it be significantly worse for you?
I think it's worse for me. I'm not sure. We'll find out. He'll message back in a second.
Because that would be a question.
But I'm always down for friendly competition, and I'm okay with losing because it happens all the time. 140 to 200 ping. Okay, I get about 250 ping, so my ping would still be worse on American servers. But that would be a closer, like, that would bridge the gap a little bit.
Yeah.
We both have slightly shit ping.
So that might be a decent, like, tiebreaker.
Clearly we've got to have, like, 3 different combat encounters then. One for each different ping type.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
Ping 'em all. I'm coming. There's like a little pond. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Look. Can you battle Pokemon in the pond? Oh, no! Alright, hang on a second. Let me just beat up this guy. Hello, Ranger Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
I am for eels.
Never meant to make your daughter cry.
I am several fish and not a guy.
And not a guy.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. I love that song.
Yeah, and that's the version of the song I sing now every time.
I am for eels.
We'll speak to Panther. Yeah, Panther will be down for it. Panther's wholesome as shit. And he's big on the PvP. Sure, he'd help arbitrate us a little PvP.
That's it.
I didn't have my ping counter up on UK servers, so you'll have to pull me back into one so I can look. I've only just recently put my ping HUD on so that I can see. So what were you going to say, Artist?
I was going to say we'll have to work out what the terms of the battle will be, because like supplies and what you've got on the ship is going to be is going to be
Yeah,
important.
different competitions to test our skill levels.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a instead of a triathlon, we're gonna have a piathlon.
I think the best idea would probably be to have equal amounts of
Oh, there's more
provisions
battle
to begin
stuff here.
with, and then you've just got to fight it out. Whoever wins. If you go
Can I
this
avoid
way,
that guy? Oh, shit,
okay,
shit.
you can fight them, I guess.
I was trying to avoid that. Parasol Lady Rachel. Calamity's about to get into some sweaty fights because he's going to be playing with Panther in a couple of weeks, he says.
Reasonable. I might as well.
In naval combat, Calamity tends to say that as long as I keep him off my ship, I'm generally going to win.
Interesting.
Ooh, they used quick attack. That's a bit cheaty.
So I think I know who we should raid into.
We've got one.
We've got a raid target. Curdle Games, who is playing Pokemon Legends of Arceus.
Ah, that's fair. Well,
Yeah.
Curdle Games, very, very fun person. Curdle also loves to sort of hum along to the music.
Yep.
That's my favorite part of Curdle.
He's pretty adorable.
Randomly humming along to all the tunes that they're listening to on their stream.
Yeah.
I love it.
The other option is this other person playing Pokemon, Cognitive
Oh,
Beard.
Damn it! You bastard! He does this every fucking time! Every fucking time!
Got him.
And I couldn't even get the words out before he could.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sexamalexic.
Sexlexia.
The sexiest of mental disorders.
Mm-hmm.
Default supplies with 1 banana crate, wood crate, and a cannonball crate. Understood. And as we start the battle, I'm going to go fishing. Just keep you off my ship while I'm fishing.
That's not a bad idea. I think as well it wouldn't be bad to default start crates and then have you start from a similar location. So like start at the same find the same outpost, and then because you're gonna have to server hop to get there anyway. So you server hop until you're at the same outpost. You're both on at the same location, and then you sail out in opposite directions for a minute or two, and then turn around and fight. Or you could just fight around the island, I guess, but.
I'm not very good at the quick scoping like Calamity is. You need practice to that one. My fingers fumble the buttons a bit too much, I think.
Yeah. I've seen on his streams the constantly bringing up the scope, and I'm like, ugh, how can you manage that? It's awful.
How did you get up there?
If you
cat! What the hell?
if you
We're alright.
If you use the bike, you can.
That bump that you guys just saw there, that was my cat leaping from the floor above the computer screens, behind my computers. Because he's a freaking bull in the china shop. Oh! What?
Oh, do you have the wrong bike? Which bike did you get?
I don't know.
Which bike
Can
did
I not
you
get
Cog?
there? Can I not get up there?
Which bike did you get? I've got the Mac bike, which means that I can ride up mudslides.
What's my bike do?
Have you got the Acro bike?
Well, there was only 2, wasn't there?
Yeah, that's the other one.
And
It does.
I'm
It
guessing that's
does.
the
It
one I
does
got.
bunny hops along little stone steps.
So I can't get up there.
Nope. You can go this way though.
Apparently not.
Yeah. Get off your bike.
Oh, yeah, right.
Boo.
What about that? No. Ah. Calamity asks, what about me bringing up a scope? Sorry?
When you're like constantly quick scoping, I've seen you do it a few times on stream, and it just, I don't know how you can manage with like constantly bringing it up and down on the screen and actually being able to shoot things. It's crazy. It's craziness.
Because it looks very, yeah, like it adds extra artifacting and stuff on the screen. It's very distracting.
Oh, and just the fact that the whole like scope comes up and like the zoom of it, like it would completely. I've tried to do it a couple of times of like quickly scoping in and firing, and it just throws my whole like perspective out. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. We're healing up my Pokemon before I go up this hill because they're a little weak.
Good idea. There's a couple of people there.
I could see a couple of people are going to try and force me into a fight, so... Ha! Yes! I got past them.
Hey! And we're here! This is it!
And we're here! We need a fighting tree.
Oh, we're going to fight here?
Why not? This is it!
Alright.
I'm gonna lose this one as well because I've like got the same Pokemon as before. Wait, I want to change the
Let this
lineup.
be our final battle.
Let this be up. Actually, apparently I can't move the dead ones around. Oh wait, yeah, there we go.
Oh, Lapras.
I have I've got the Lapras, so I'm gonna get my ass handed to me. With the same two again.
Bum bum bum.
Pikachu's gonna get Lapras.
Very good.
That does nothing.
Yep.
That ice does nothing.
Sure doesn't.
Hey, Infinity. You'll get your story, don't worry. And hi. Hello, Infinity. Yeah, you're not too many points. You can't be too many points away yet. I've found out that I made that one quite small. Might have to like raise it up a little, so I don't have to randomly tell stories all the time. Keep my own system. But yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't be too far away.
I need to work out how to give people channel points. Because that's a thing that I'm gonna need to be able to do soon. When we start doing like the gambling and the goblin heists and things like that, D&D on stream.
Yeah, they get gold and it's channel points.
Yeah, that's basically the idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then the channel points can be used to, once you get enough of them, redeem for real world things like.
Come on, buddy. Off my computer. Off.
Oh.
Alright, so we got your Pikachu. Goodbye, gift. Oh no, you went for the moon. That's gonna hurt a little bit.
Yep.
A lot. Well, there goes my healing embargo thing. Ah, Calamity revealed Tell You a Tale. Let's look up a random Reddit story. This could be fun. Our battle is on pause for half a second. What have we here? Okay, random Reddit story. Don't know what this is, so... Hey, that's not cheating!
Concern.
It's not cheating!
Concern.
It's not cheating! It is not cheating!
I mean, you do kind of need to tell your own story, I think, but recounting a story that you have heard is reasonable. So if you have heard this Reddit story, as in Reddit...
No! I have definitely not! I just looked it up! That's what's gonna make it funny!
Well then, no. I don't know, it's your
Alright,
own
alright
redemption,
then.
you can do whatever you like.
Alright, I got a story. Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna need to get it up, but it's a recounted story that I have heard, so it counts by your definition.
Are you gonna play the whole of the YouTube video?
No. That was a thought, but no.
Because that would be Trixie. That'd be Trix LaBelle.
Alright,
Rip
here
Trix.
we go. Whoops, show quote. So once upon a time, there was an anvil called the Anvil of Fury. It was a legendary artifact long searched for but never found, crafted from the metallic bones of the razor pit demons. The Anvil of the Fury was smelt around the skulls of the 5 most powerful magi of the underworld, carved with runes and power and chaos. Any weapons or armor forged upon this anvil will be immersed into the realm of chaos, embedding it with magical properties. It is said that the unpredictable nature of chaos makes it difficult to know what the outcome of this smithing will be. If anyone can guess where that's from, when I figure out how to give channel points, I'm down to give 1,000 channel points. If you can guess what genre, I'll give you. I'll give you a hint. It's from a game.
What genre is it from?
No. It's a game. If you can tell me what game that's from, 1,000 channel points.
Do I get to guess?
You get 1 guess. Okay, you can have 2.
Should I guess now, or should I let other people guess? I'll let other people guess.
You can I tell the end again? Do you want me to read the end?
Yeah, read the last bit.
Okay. I'm not sure which bit counts as the end. Any weapon or armor forged upon this anvil will be immersed into the realm of chaos, embedding it with magical properties. Oh, the end. It is said that the unpredictable nature of chaos makes it difficult to know what the outcome of this smithing will be. There we go. Does that bit count as the end? That
counts as the end. That's endy.
I can look up a bonus one here. You guys can have another guess.
I've got 2 guesses. I've got 2
ideas.
ideas.
It's a game. Yep, it's a game. Alright, we'll go another quote from this game. This is completely separate to the anvil, but it's from the game as well. Poor Wirt. I did all that was possible for the child, but I know he despises that wooden peg that I was forced to attach to his leg. His wounds were hideous. No one, and especially such a young child, should have to suffer the way he did. There's a quote from a character called Pepin from the game in question. It's 2 names from the game as well, so...
I got 2 ideas.
We got 2 ideas.
Just 2 ideas.
That's a shot.
It's just a shot.
It's just a shot, Morty.
Are you gonna attack me? Come
on. I would be surprised. Not many people have. Well, not many people I know have. It's not an unpopular game. It's just. We're going for an attack. Let's see what we get. Nope. Thunder Punch!
Yeah, Thunder Punch. Oh no, I'm confused.
Cheating is allowed, so if you want to try and use the names that I gave
Oh,
you.
cheating? No.
Yeah, no, cheating's always allowed. We
Illegal.
appreciate loopholes around here.
I would have put in a no searching rule.
Well, so if I put in a no searching rule, that kind of cheating wouldn't be allowed, but like cheating is okay. So, and since I haven't put in a no searching rule, it's still fine. Okay, so the story was poor Wirt. I did all that was possible for that poor child, but I know he despises that wooden peg that I was forced to attach to his leg. His wounds were hideous. No one, and especially such a young child, should have to suffer the way he did. From a character called Pepin, on the topic of a character called Wirt. Infinity, can you give me 5 minutes and I'll guess, but I'll do something? Oh, we've got a guess from Fire Like Chaos. And it's the correct one. The artist, do you want to take a
I'm
guess?
not in the chat, so I don't know what she's written.
Alright.
But
Alright, cool. Let's see what
here are
thinks.
my two guesses. The first one, and I'm pretty sure it's this one, it's from the Diablo series, and I think it's Diablo 1? Question mark?
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. At least that second quote was.
Yeah, the second quote.
The first quote, I'm not sure if it's from the first or the second one. I have heard it before because I like Diablo lore.
Yeah,
so.
I was when you mentioned the anvil, I was thinking Diablo 2, and then you mentioned the peg leg, and I was like, that's from Diablo 1. But my second guess was going to be the Breakfast Club games, and it was just going to be some weird side character that you'd based off the.
Yeah, but no one else would have a chance to guess that.
Wouldn't they though?
But it is in fact Diablo. That was quotes from Diablo. I love me a bit of Diablo. My favorite game series. I am losing. What is better, to be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great efforts? What's this one? Oh, he's given us another quote. He's given us a quote. What is better, to be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? That sounds very familiar.
That is very familiar. What's that from?
Skyrim says clinically thick.
Potentially.
Born good.
Potentially.
We've got two guesses. Skyrim on that one.
I
like
don't
Chaos
think
1000
it's
channel
I
points, by the
don't
way.
think it's this, but I'm gonna guess the StarCraft series. There's something akin to that, but I don't think it's that exact wording. In StarCraft. Oh, now I want to know.
We got Elder Scrolls Skyrim. It's the character Parthenax. Hey, we got two correct guesses.
Yep.
Right there. I can't give you guys channel points for that because that was Calamity's one, but he can maybe offer you some channel points in his channel instead.
He can offer you a banana in the Sea of Thieves.
If you happen to play Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
GG. I'm gonna do that, though. I'm gonna like set up a bunch of stories now on the side there. However, I'm also happy to read stories people like send if they want to. If they want to send me extracts to read for them, to read for the public, I'm happy to do that as well.
Oh no, my septile! I should use surf. Then I could have hit you both.
All right. All that's left is Blue Chew. It's Blue Chew against the world. Question is, can I use grubs when we fight? Because it doesn't count as food. Yeah, let's do as much damage as you can. Go down in a blaze of glory. Nope, go down in petal dance. Just petal dance. Go down in a petal dance.
Go down
Petal
with some
dance.
petals.
Well,
GG, boy. GG.
I now owe you another Pokemon.
Sure do. Unless I start
Remind
filling
me-
your party.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose you could fill
That
up
would
my-
be ridiculous, though.
That would be ridiculous.
It'd be funny, but it'd be ridiculous.
I mean, you could change up my bench if you wanted to be nice, but still fill my party. So you could let me have, like, the party plus my bench Pokemon. Because I like my bench Pokemon.
Yeah, maybe.
No, maybe.
Maybe.
So, everybody, we are here now. This is where we will start from our next Pokemon
Yeah.
Tuesday. We're going to be taking over the weather machine and using it to fix the world, because the climate's kind of fucked at the moment.
We're gonna try and fix Melbourne.
We're going to try and fix Melbourne to start off with. That's going to be our
That's the
first,
test
our
run.
first place. Yeah. How about we go see some Pokemon Arceus? Oh, hey,
Yeah,
kitty
yeah.
cat. Oh, say hello to everybody, Freya. Look at that little kitty cat. She's got it. She could just close the weather up. Perfect.
I'm gonna put my raid in.
Yeah, me too. We're going to go raid a person called Turtle Games. They're adorable. Was it called Space Games? No, it's Turtle
No,
Games.
just Kettle Games. If you are subscribed to me, you can use my little raid wiggle there. If you're not, then come up with your own. And give
like his
Curdle
raid
some
wiggle.
love.
Here's the raid wiggle. Freya.
We're gonna be back tomorrow with some art streaming. So feel free to stick around for that tomorrow if you're keen on my channel. And then Thursday is our sandbox survival, so probably more Valheim.
Probably some more Valheim, yeah. I've been seeing experimenters working very, very hard on that Space Engineers project, and it's looking... He's showing me bits and pieces. It's looking so gorgeous. He's putting serious time and effort on that, so
Keen to see it.
excited to be... We'll be streaming that on one of our Thursdays, probably. But not for a long while, because he's a ways off.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now, let's go say hello to Curdle Games, who's playing a little bit of that new Pokemon game.
Yeah.
To show him some love.
Boy.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody.